Hey, everyone! Welcome back to my channel, and today, we're going to explore one of the most infamous legends in the American Southwest. Some say a fortune in gold still waits to be found in the Superstition Mountains of Arizona, but the price of finding it may be your life. This is the legend of the Lost Dutchman's mine. The story goes back to the mid-1800s when men from Europe began pouring into the western United States in search of gold and adventure. Among them was a German immigrant named Jacob Waltz, also known as the Dutchman. He lived a humble life in the small town of Apache Junction at the base of the Superstition Mountains. As an experienced miner, he made enough money panning for gold to live comfortably, but he dreamed of striking it rich. One day in 1875, while exploring a remote area of the mountains, he stumbled upon what seemed to be a vein of pure gold so thick he could see its glimmer from hundreds of feet away. Over the next 2 years, he spent a lot of time in the area mining the richest parts of the vein and hiding the rest to keep it away from prying eyes. In 1891, he came down with a sudden illness and died. Before that, though, he drew a map of the mountain with an X marking the spot where he hid his treasure. It was a detailed drawing, but instead of showing the landscape as it appeared, he drew it upside down. North became south, peaks became valleys, and valleys became peaks. In other words, he drew the map backwards. When he died, the map fell into the hands of his friend, Jack Swilling. But Swilling didn't know that. So in 1897, he set out to find the mine by following Waltz's map, but he ended up lost and wandering the wrong areas of the mountains. After a week of searching, he gave up. Over the next few decades, more people tried to find the Lost Dutchman's mine, but they all failed. Not only did the mine remain hidden, but those who went looking for it often went missing. That led to rumors that the mine was cursed and anyone who went after it would suffer the same fate. But there are other theories about why so many explorers disappeared. Maybe they didn't follow Walt's map exactly, or maybe they had the wrong equipment or supplies, or maybe the land really is cursed. Let's go with that one. Legend has it that the Apaches considered the Superstition Mountains sacred long before European settlers arrived. They believed the area was guarded by evil spirits that punished intruders with horrible deaths. Even today, the mountains are littered with the bones of animals and humans alike, seemingly picked clean by scavengers. Who knows what kind of things might be lurking in the darkness? In 1902, a man named Israel B. Richman published a story in the Arizona Gazette detailing how he met an old prospector named Tom. Like Jacob Waltz, Tom had apparently found a vast gold mine, but unlike Waltz, he was willing to share his secret with Richman if he would help him collect the ore. But halfway up the mountain, Tom suddenly turned around and told Richman that he wasn't worthy and shot him in the shoulder. Then he ran away and Richman never saw him again. Another prospector named Louis Gartner also came close to discovering the mine. One night in 1904, he had a dream in which a man dressed in clothes from the 1800s approached him and said, "Louis, you are the only living man I have ever seen who can find my mine. Go down the east fork of the river below the first bridge, and dig at the base of the first sycamore tree you come to, and there you will find my mine." So the next day, he went to the Superstitions and followed the creek until he came across a sycamore tree that looked just like the one in his dream. He dug at the base of the tree and found some nuggets of gold. But then a terrible windstorm blew through, washing away his discovery. After that, more stories started appearing in local newspapers about the Lost Dutchman's mine. Soon, prospectors from all over the country were heading to the Superstitions, convinced they would be the ones to finally find the lost fortune. But as they ventured into the rugged terrain, they soon realized this was no easy task. The mountains are located in the Sonoran Desert. Summer temperatures can reach 120 degrees. Days are long, nights are cold, and there's very little shade. Many explorers got lost and died of dehydration or were bitten by venomous snakes. Others fell victim to something much more sinister. Jack Swilling believed the mine was cursed because he kept getting sick every time he went up the mountain. He recovered, but he never found the mine. Many others weren't so lucky. A woman named Helen Viola, who had just given birth, decided to search for the mine in 1937. She and her husband got separated, and she was never seen again. Later, her skeleton was found near the Peralta Trail, along with the bones of several other people. But the mystery of the Lost Dutchman's mine continued to fascinate treasure hunters over the years. In 1949, a man named Eddie Bushnell claimed he had found the mine and was pulling out 100 pounds of gold a day. But after a year, he had to stop mining because his operation was draining the supply faster than it could be replaced. A man named Dave Allen also came close to discovering the mine. One night in 1970, he had a dream in which a friendly Native American showed him where the entrance was hidden. When he woke up, he got in his car and drove to the Superstitions. With the help of a metal detector, he searched the area and felt a sudden surge of excitement. But before he could investigate further, a heavy rainstorm swept through and washed away his discovery. When the sun came back out, he returned to the spot where he had been digging, but he couldn't find it anywhere. In the end, Dave Allen came to the conclusion that the mine was cursed and decided not to pursue it further. So why do people continue to search for the Lost Dutchman's mine today? Well, some think Waltz never found gold at all and made the whole thing up. In fact, there was probably never any gold in the mountains at all. Others believe the mine is real, but it's so dangerous that no one should try to find it. And still others think the U.S. government already knows where it is. Before Jacob Waltz died, he went to the governor and told him where he had stashed his treasure. Then he repeated the process with the sheriff and the local judge. Ever since then, they've known where the mine is and they've protected it from treasure hunters. But maybe the mine isn't cursed and all those who went looking for it really did find it, only to be killed by something else, something much more sinister. Do you think the Lost Dutchman's mine really exists? If so, do you think it's cursed? Or maybe it's just another elaborate hoax? Let me know in the comments. Also, please remember to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more. Now check out these videos about famous treasures that have never been found. Or click this other link for more adventures in the great outdoors. Thanks for watching. Bye.